Hello again, this is SF Giants fan Mike. Today I am trying something new. Was looking for a game to play while my energy recharged for Dokkan Battle, and I was like, hey, I have Final Fantasy Tactics available on Android. I originally bought it for my tablet when I had one working, and I wanted to see how well it ran on my phone. It runs perfectly fine on my phone. It didn't crash or anything like it was doing on my other phone. So here I am. I want to try to do a Let's Play. I haven't played through. Actually, technically, on Where are the Lions, I have not done a full playthrough. So I've only ever played through the original Final Fantasy Tactics, the one they released back in 1997. Anyway, hopefully I'm not speaking too fast. I feel like I'm speaking. Anyway, so just to let you guys know, I got Techno Glory going in the background. Again, massive shout out to Joanna and Ian Utility for all their hard work that went into that and all the work they did do out in the field. So anyway, let's go. Yeah, let's read through it. I'll just let that play up there and you guys can read it. My voiceover voice is not very good. Are you familiar? Yes, I'm very familiar. I played through the first game. Galactic Hyrule, the form. So just to let you know, this is a strategic RPG, kind of like Fire Emblem, Tactics Ogre, and a few other things. I guess Fire Emblem's kind of the more modern game that uses this. I know other games are using it these days. Even I believe the new South Park game uses, the SRPG aspects. But this is where I was introduced to it. I know the first time I ever played through Final Fantasy Tactics, it Hakkai'd me so hard. So hard I got Hakkai'd. I just could not figure anything out. Hopefully I did not wake my roommate. Totally forgot he was sleeping. Or at least in his room. Anyway. So slowly kind of going through this so you guys can read it. Anyway, this is one of my favorite games of all time. In my opinion, it's probably the best game of all time. Would be Ramza, is this okay? Yes. I almost never change Ramza's name. I think like my first playthrough I did. But ever since then, I've just kind of let him be. He's Ramza. Oh, that's right. There's a long opening. Now, one of the things they did with this remake is they updated the in-game cutscenes. Like if you go through the beginning cutscenes of Final Fantasy Tactics and then you compare them to this, night and day. This one's so much. Not only is the artwork better, the animation and all that stuff, but you actually kind of get to see how everything's set up. They do it in the original, but it's just not as clear. The way they did it was a little clunky. It looked great for the time, but it was clunky. I couldn't quite figure out what the narrative was. Here, you get to see it clearly. Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm already at 4 minutes. No, Let's Plays can be kind of lengthy. Basically, my plans for this Let's Plays, guys, is just to do the story mode fights. And I'll probably grind off screen. Just that way, I have something I can do in my own time, and I don't have to do it with a mic. And there's good old Delita. I don't want to say too much about Delita if you haven't gone through the story mode. He's a cool character, but I don't like him. I really don't like Delita. After everything you go through, to end it how he ended it, at least in the original Tactics games, was not cool. Okay, so this is what I mean about kind of understanding what's going on. Sorry that I'm talking over it. But you kind of get to see Delita break off the formation And you can see that clearly. Then you see the other guys going, and you'll see what ends up with them here shortly. At least I believe that's the same party that we're going to meet up with in our first battle. But as you see, he's coming up across... Actually, it's not... There's a shot here in a second that shows you clearly where Delight is headed. I really wish I can get the sound for this, because the music and the sound effects and all that in this game are top-notch. One day I'll figure out how to do that. The music is so good. Okay, and this is the shot I'm talking about. Hey, look! It's a church! And where does the protagonist Ramza show up at? Let's see. Oh, wait. That looks like a church. I was so confused the first time I played this game. Like, Stiletta shows up in a bit. But anyway. Olivia, it's time. Much longer. This is where modern games are a little bit better. Even though I love this game and I think it's the best game ever, they don't have voice acting. That way I can't let them speak for themselves. I have to give you this brief second to read it, or I read it to you. Like I said, my... Okay, guys. Ah, man. So, hopefully you guys are understanding everything just fine. I apologize. Apparently, if I accidentally tap that red thing once, it pauses. So I'm just gonna kind of skip through this now, since I don't know how much you guys missed. Ah, my apologies, guys. I will have to move my little recording thing somewhere else. Maybe up here, the top right. It's at the bottom right. Yay, my turn. Let's see. What did they give me for medal? Yes. Oh, wow. Ramza went through it. Some of you guys will know what bravery and faith are, but wow. Ramza normally starts off with 70 and 70. He's been put through the ringer by the time he gets to this fight. As if I make it that far in the Let's Play, you'll see. So one of the things I'm doing, in this first battle, the only person I get to control is me. Starting the second battle, I can get to control everybody. Well, you might be wondering why I didn't move somewhere, if this is your first time ever seeing this. But if you wait, you save 50 of your ATB or CT or whatever it's called. Oh, she killed the mithril shield, you jerk. And later I actually get that mithril shield, so I don't know if I just lost the mithril shield. But anyway, not that you guys care. So anyway, next time my thing comes up, I'll show you. But if you're seeing that CT that's flashing, once it gets to 100, you get to go. By going back to the wait thing, when you wait, if you haven't done any action, I think it only uses some of your CT count. Like, I did something and then I waited, so I get extra 8 CT. I want to say I keep like 25. If you just wait, I think you keep 50. I think. Gafgarian's so overpowered right now. I think he's one of the characters they did buff. I'm just going to let them handle it. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to medal. Focus and try not to pause. Okay, so there's my CT. I'm at 100. Oops. Cancel. Cancel. Okay. Let's go wait. Dude. There we go. Why did she not attack? Oh, there's Lad. I don't know if I finished my thought on Lad. In the original game, he's named Rad. And they totally took that from him. Who wouldn't like to have a name to be named Rad? Hey, I'm Rad. I'm totally awesome. Nope, not this one. He is now Lad. A young boy. Great. Why not just call me Squire? Jerks. Okay, so this is pretty much all on auto mode. Not much happening. Anyway, you get to kind of see some stuff going off here. Gafgarian and Agrias are special units. Later, I do get to recruit Agrias, and you'll be able to get to use her special skills and stuff. Ooh. Okay, I do want to move here. Let's go here. I will continue my thought about the special units shortly after I heal. Now, technically, none of these characters can die. There we go. So, in this game, there is something that is in Fire Emblem. There is permadeath. It's not a huge deal in this game. Would you just attack, woman? Sometimes the AI does such stupid stuff. But in this game, there is permadeath, and I'll get back to the special characters comment here in a minute. There is permanent death, but they have to be... If they get knocked down to 0, they're just knocked out for a little bit. Then they get a counter over their head. It starts at 3. It'll get down to 0. Once that 0 CT gets full, you'll turn into a crystal. Silly girl. So you don't want to let that happen to any of your units, or they die. And if it happens to Ramza, it is game over. But anyway, about the special units, there are special units in this game. Agrias is one you can recruit, so you kind of get a sneak peek at what she can do. She's actually pretty overpowered in that... Gosh. Okay, guys, sorry, I did it again. I hit the pause button. Man, this LP is starting off very weak. I paused it multiple times. Oh, by the way, yes, there is actually voice acting in the cutscenes. Sucks that you can't hear it. Aww. Get him, Agrias! Get him! Yeah, that's gonna help Agrias. So I'm gonna let this play out, and I'm gonna call it an episode. Reconfigure my screen capture stuff, and go on to the second fight. I'm hoping to get more than one fight in per LP, but we'll see how this works out. This just might not be a good LP game. I don't know. You know, between me wanting to tell you what I'm doing and talking to you about whatever. Of course, for an initial episode to an LP, this one has been... This is not as good to start with. Just because it's kind of long, it's kind of dull. I don't actually get to play until 7-8 minutes in. And I've been having pausing problems. Come on. Trying to get it to go faster. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip it. If you guys get a chance to pick up the game, say you should totally go for it. I'm gonna save here. I'm just gonna overwrite what I already have. Alright, so I'm gonna call that an episode, guys. Thank you very much if you've watched for this long. I'm gonna come back here shortly and record the second episode, and hopefully I'll have both of these up today. Alright, thank you very much, and may you guys have a blessed day.